Let's set up a Self Care Frankenplanner for 2026. Hi everyone, this is Angie. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here today, I welcome you and I hope you'll stick around. If you're a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here. Welcome to my first setup video for 2026. In this one, we are going to set up what I am calling a Self-Care Frankenplanner. And this is going to consist of a reading planner, my horizontal hand lettering planner, and a fitness planner. So let's go ahead and get down to it. I've got quite a few things pulled here today, but hopefully this won't take too long. So I'm going to move a few of these things over to the side and make a little room, and we'll get these planners out and get started. Okay, so because this is a Frankenplanner that will consist of multiple planners, and I'm totally obsessed with the artwork and the colors on the reading planner, I've chosen this as my main planner. So I did pull some KellOfAPlan metal discs that I had in my stash, and I'm going to remove these covers and we're going to build our Frankenplanner onto these metal discs. So let's get started with that. And I know that I do want to take these leading pages, but before we get into there, let's go ahead and pull this other cover. Sorry if that was a little out of frame for you guys. And now let me bring this over here. And let's go ahead and get these discs on here. So if you're not familiar with what a Frankenplanner is, or if you're new to planning, a Frankenplanner is where you will take bits and pieces of multiple planners and put them on a single set of discs to build a custom planner that works for you. And I do keep a Frankenplanner. I've had a Frankenplanner for many, many years now. This is my first time to actually create a second Frankenplanner to be used as a self-care planner. But I decided, since my Frankenplanner got so full last year, I really did want to separate some of these things. Okay, so that's going to be the outer covers. I'm sorry, the main covers. And I will be adding a snap cover at the end of this video. Let's go ahead and move some of these other things over to the side until we're ready to grab for those. Okay, so I'm going to have this reading planner over to the side here. Hopefully it's not too far out of frame for y'all. What I want to pull here is going to be all of the front pages. I think we will build this first of all, and then we'll come in and we'll do some customization. We'll add my name, and we'll add some titles to some of these pages. But for now, let's just get the pages out of their original planners and onto these discs. So this reading planner is an undated planner. So I will need to date my tabs, and I'll date the tabs in this video, but I'm not going to set up my monthlies or anything like that. We'll save that for later. Looks like I've got sticker tidbits here. These are, that was from a little punch out from a different plan with me. In the back of this planner, this is a 12-month undated planner, but in the back, you have these 2 extra sections for book reviews and book club. I do want to add those. So let's go ahead and take the cover for book review. And I won't grab every page that's in here because I won't need that right off the bat. I can add as needed, and they are front and back. So for now, I'm just going to take 2 of these book review pages. And like I said, we will go over all of this when we get to the end, and then I think everything will make more sense. Okay, I'm also going to grab this book club tab, and I'm only going to take, let's see, we've got a book club schedule, and then we've got a couple pages for book club. So I'm just going to grab a couple of those. Again, this is an area, we have to remember I'm setting this up for 1 month, so I can add more pages as needed. I forgot I took the covers off of here, so it feels very thin. Let's get to the front. This is the front. Okay, so now this doesn't have any covers on it because I'm using them over here. So I will put this back on my shelf just like this, and I'll pull from it again next month. But for now, we're going to set this one aside because we are finished with that one for this video. Okay, the next category in my Self Care Frankenplanner is going to be a hand lettering planner. What I plan on using for this one is going to be the horizontal paper pack that was released by KellOfAPlan. So I'm going to pull a few of these pages. So because I'm using an extension pack, let's cover up this glare. Because this is an extension pack, there won't be a name page or any leading pages. So I'm just going to pull straight from this paper pack until I get to the next. This little blank dot grid lets me know that I've made my way to the second month. So we're just going to pull the first one. And this extension pack, by the way, is for 6 months. I will need to purchase an extra one of these so that I'll have these pages for a full year. But we're going to move that aside for now. And because I don't have a planner for this, what I've decided to use is I'm going to use the floral cover and divider set that was released earlier this year. Now, I won't put the cover on here because I've already got outer covers. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these covers for my Functional Frankenplanner. So I'm going to set the covers aside for another video. Y'all will see this in a different video, but I do have 12 monthly dividers here. So I'm going to grab a divider from this little section. And because I'm going to have 3 different planners in here, I'm not going to grab the first tab because I do want my tabs to be staggered so that I can see them clearly. So I'm actually going to take the second tab from here, which is this little pink one, and we will pop it in, and I'll save these for later. So we'll set the rest of these little dividers aside, and we are going to use this to section off our horizontal planner. And that is one good thing about the undated system, is you can use whatever you want, whenever you want, and however you want. So I love that for me. Now, there is no leading pages. We've already established that because this is an extension pack. I do have a little blank sheet here that could be a currently page, but you'll notice it's connected to my monthly divider. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in an extra dot grid page, and I'll kind of make my own title page. So for that, I've got the KellOfAPlan lined and dot grid sheets. I just purchased these off of her website. I believe this pack is still available. It is completely neutral. So we're just going to grab one of these little dot grid pages. You get 25 dot grid and 25 lined. And of course, it's printed on front and back. So I'm going to have to make my own custom name page here. I'm not sure what that will look like yet. I will have to do that in a future video. Maybe I'll do that when I set up my horizontal for the month of January. So that's all we're going to need now for our horizontal section. The third and final area of this planner is going to be a fitness planner. So for this one, I've got the KellOfAPlan Fitness. I am going to bring over these leading pages, and we'll just grab them all at once, and we will have a closer look at those in just a moment. Right now, I just want to get them on the discs, and then we'll continue on. Okay, and this also is an undated planner, but since I'm wanting my tabs to be staggered, and my first tab in this planner is going to be the top tab, and then I've got a second tab. Now I want one that's in a third position. So I'm just going to look at these third dividers, and see which one appeals to me the most. So this one is cute. I want a message that kind of relates to the first part of the year. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. I think that's a good message. It's not about having time, it's about making time. Let's do this one. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. And this is going to be January. Okay, now also in this planner, there are some areas in the back. You get 12 months undated. And then you have this meals and macros section. I'm not going to pull this because in my weekly pages, I do have an area for meal planning, but I do want to pull the little section for exercise plans. And this is just multiple you get several pages of the weekly workout plan. You can see they're all the same and it's printed front and back. So I'm going to grab the tab and then I'll just take enough for January. I'll grab 3 pages. I haven't counted to see how many weeks are in there. So if I grab 3 pages, that will give me enough for 4 weeks for sure. And there might be a 5th week. Okay, and now we don't need anything out of this actual planner, so I'm going to set that aside. And we're going to go ahead and add the exercise plans to the back. Okay, so now we have all 3 of the planners in here that I plan to use. Now I want to come in and start adding my name to some of these pages, and I want to set up some of the extra pages. I'm going to go ahead and move these things out of the way just because I don't want them to cause a situation with my lighting, and I'll try to stay centered for y'all. I am going to be moving things around though, so we may get a little wonky here and there. Okay, so I want to add my name here. And because Planning a Life I Love is directly below this line, I did not want to use a big marker and have my lettering overlap. So I chose a small Tombow Furunosuke. This is a hard tip pen. It's just a little silicone tip. And I'm just going to put my name here. And then I think we will add a couple of, or we'll set up a couple of the other pages. So I'm just going to write Angie on here. And hopefully the color will work out well. Okay, that will do fine. It does blend a little bit with the writing here, but I think we're okay there. Okay, at the current moment, I don't plan on doing anything here yet because these will be filled out as I complete books. I do want to print the book covers and add those here. And if you've never done that before, Heather Kell has a demonstration tutorial on her YouTube channel to show us how to do that. So I will need to check that out if I'm going to do this. Now on this page here, we have a color key for genres that were read this year. I'm not going to sit here and determine which colors I'm going to assign to these different genres in this video. That'll just probably be something that I will do once I start reading my January books. I'll get into that. Okay, next up we've got a reading challenge and a reading bucket list. I'm not going to make any changes here. We're going to leave those as they are. But now I've got these 2 blank pages that don't have headers. So I do want to title these. And I think what I've decided to do is I'm going to make this a to be read list. And these might be books that I have heard about through the grapevine or from other people, and I want to add those to my list. And then over here, I think I want to track authors that are new to me. So let's grab Alpha Basics, Volume 3 and Volume 4 for this. Now, one of these has much larger stickers than the other, but the colors are the same. So for this one, I'm going to grab, first of all, Alpha Basics Volume 4. This one has the larger stickers. And on this page here, I want to spell out to be read. And I think I'm going to use the purple just because I seem to be obsessed with the purples in this collection. Now these are actually kind of big, and now that I'm looking at these and looking at this space, I'm not sure they'll fit. I don't have a clear ruler, and I don't think I will be all that good at using a ruler to put down my letters. So I think, guys, I think we're just going to go for it. And I'm going to try to spell out, I mean, I know how to spell it. I just don't know if it's going to fit, but we're going to put to be read. The spacing may not work out perfect. That's okay. They might be a little lopsided. That's okay too. Already thinking I should have went closer to her little elbow. So let's see if I can scoot these over. I might have to invest in a little clear ruler just if this is something that I find that I'm doing more often. Okay, that's curled now, so I'll try to just put the T right next to her elbow. And we shall try again. Oops. So, do y'all use a lot of alphas in your books? I never really used alphas until the new KellOfAPlan Alpha Basics books started coming out. What is wrong with me? It is a letter O. It should not be this difficult. Oh my Lord. This is probably going to have to be an edit. Okay, that's a little better. It is sitting a little low. But, you know, I don't want to take all day to get this together because I know y'all don't have, you know, millions of hours to sit around and just watch this one setup video. And I'm sure there are tons out there that y'all are wanting to see right now. This is going to look like one word because I'm not leaving much space in between. But I am going to try to squeeze this E over here a little bit on top of the B. Okay, and now we'll put red here, and then we're just going to have to be satisfied with that. I could kind of start here and work my way back, but I just feel like I'm going to be taking a chance, and that's all right. At least it will be set up and ready to go. Now, I feel like I didn't do this before. Now I'm trying to set the letters on the line. I didn't really do that back here. This O is getting on my nerves. Okay, that'll have to do. All right. I got over her a little bit, but I think we'll be okay. I know what it says. Now, I'm not going to pull anything out of this book for my reading planner, so I'm going to set this one aside, and now we're going to switch over to Alpha Basics Volume 3. In this book, we've got the same colors, but different fonts and different size letters. So for this one, I want to spell out, if I can, new to me authors. And I'm going to use the purple again. And these might be a little tricky because they are a little bit of a cursive. But I'll just do the best I can. And I'll try to pull off several of these letters to get started. These little alpha books are so darn cute. Now, this is a much smaller font, so hopefully I'll have better luck here, but I think I am going to try to eyeball it just above this black line. And I'll try to make them connect just a little bit. I don't know if they'll be perfect. It's not going to really look handwritten, but it'll still be cute. So how are y'all doing with your planner setups? I'm going to try to keep pulling from this bottom whenever I think about it. Oh, it looks like I'm out of ease down here, so I do need to jump back up here again. Okay, so now we're going to say to me, and I think I'm just going to use my fingers. And yeah, these are going to be a little more of a whimsical look, I guess. That's what we're going to call lopsided stickers, whimsical. Okay, I should have plenty of room now for the word authors. Yeah, I think this will fit fine. So I am excited to have this little planner this year. I had last year's reading planner, but I did not really get into it until later in the year. And I didn't realize how much I needed that in my life. But y'all, I love that little reading planner. So when she released this one and I saw the colors, y'all, I just about lost my mind. So yeah, it is so cute, and I like having it on its own because I do carry my Frankenplanner with me to work every day. And when I have all my extra sections in there, it got so heavy. So that was one reason I tried to lighten up and, you know, do a self-care planner this year. Okay, I don't think I'm going to label any more pages in here, but I do need to add a January over here. So for that, we're going to pull in Dated Basics Volume 5. There are some clear labels in here for the months. And I just wanted to grab a couple of January so I can label the front and back of this one. There are colored and there are black, but I think I'm going to pull black. I don't know, these purples are really cute. You know what? Let's be crazy and let's pull these purple bubble letters, because I feel like throughout the planner, the tabs are either going to be some form of purple, green, or blue. Hopefully this will be okay. And I don't necessarily need the fonts to match across my 3 planners. If nothing else, having a different font on my tabs will also help me identify my different sections. So we will just label these. Okay, and then I am not going to do anything with my January pages right now. If you're not familiar with the reading planner, you get a monthly overview here where you can set some goals, indicate the days you read, and you can track your little books on your bookshelf here and give your ratings. And then you've got an undated monthly, a monthly reading list, and then these are what your weekly pages look like. So I love these. I can't wait to start populating these pages. We're not going to do anything with book review. So we're just going to jump right back here now to our hand lettering. Now, when we first put these tabs in here, I did say that I want my tabs to be staggered so that I can see them. And now I'm realizing that book club is going to cover this tab. So that makes me wonder if I want to, well, no, I guess I'll leave it, because every month I'm not going to be able to work around this book club tab. That's just not going to happen. So we'll go ahead and keep it like it is, but I do need to label this tab for January. So while we're in here, let's go ahead and pull one of these. And I think I will just use black for this one. And let's just take, we'll take this little font here. It's pretty generic. Now, actually, you know what I'm thinking? I don't really have to label, well, I guess I can. I was going to say I don't really have to label these tabs, but once I get this on the in the cover and divider set, then I will want these to be labeled. So there's not going to be too much to do in here in this little section, since I'm going to have to set up my name page on my own. But we will come back through here shortly, and I want to add some dashboards for my different sections. And I've also got those cute little bookmarks I want to add. Okay, so now we're back here in the fitness section. I do want to label this tab. And for this one, I think I'll use this bolder January. And we'll grab the other one. You do get 2 sets of each font in here. So that's perfect for front and back. Okay, and I do want to do some things in here. So for monthly measurements, I'm not going to decorate this any. I don't need to. I don't think that's necessary. I'll set this up later off camera. And then here I've got my weekly fitness plans. This is where, this is mostly where you have woke up, bedtime, how many hours you slept, weight, steps, calories, and hydration. Then over here is where you can do your meal planning, and you can choose to focus on these different exercises, and you can just bubble in whichever ones you did. For that reason, because this isn't specific to, now here I can list the specific exercise that I did, but I kind of like this little tab back here for the weekly workout plan, because I'm a writer. I like to put stuff down, so we'll use that. But I do want to, where are my leading pages in here, y'all? I must have missed them. Here they are. I want to put my name in here. So I think for this name, I'm going to use a Pentel Sign Brush Touch sign touch pen. I can't remember exactly what it's called. It's a really long name. I don't know why. But I'm going to put my name here. And this is a small tip pen. Again, it's got that silicone tip. You can't really get a very big font, but I didn't want to pull a giant pen, so we're just going to stick with this small one. I'll try to write big. I don't do well writing big with small tip pens. So that will do okay. Now, I did leave a kind of a gap here. That was not on purpose. So I may decide to put a sticker or something there to kind of close up some of that space. I'm not going to do anything with this in this video. I'm also not going to put down any of these monthly goals. I won't do anything here because this page is already pretty well populated. I do want to add the months here just to get this one set up. So I do want to also use the Dated Basics Volume 5 for this. And this little font here matches the font that's in the planner. And I do have 2 sets of these also, but I only need 1. So I'm going to grab January through December, and we're going to go ahead and label these while we're in here. Now these stickers might be too long for the space. So yeah, they are a little long. I'm going to go ahead and trim off some of the extra. I know it's clear, but I don't really want that. I mean, that clear is still visible, and I don't really want to see that. So we will be taking a moment to trim all that off. But I think these are cute, and I love this font. So if y'all haven't picked up Dated Basics Volume 5, I would recommend it. It has great multi-purpose. There's a lot of uses for it. You can date your tabs, or you know what we're doing here. It's great for your monthly calendar. Okay, that is super cute. I love that. And now that it's all filled out, hopefully I won't procrastinate on filling it out. All right, so now in this fitness planner, we've got 2 tracker pages that are not titled, and we can do whatever we want with them. So for these, I was thinking I might again use the Alpha Basics, and I think I'm going to title these for daily walk and also for exercise. So let's go back, and we're going to pull the Alpha Basics Volume 4 for this one. And there was a real pretty green font in here. Hopefully it will fit. It's this one here. I think this is so cute. I do have 2 pages in case I start to run out of letters. Let's move Dated Basics over and put this guy here. I want to pull this page out. And now we're going to try to label this Daily Walk. And the reason I want to label this Daily Walk is I do walk a lot around the office and stuff, but I really need to get outside and enjoy the outdoors when I can. And I just feel so much better if I've gotten out and gotten some sun on my face. So yeah, we're going to try to just call this one Daily Walk. Uh-oh, I started pulling the wrong letters. Let's set those up here until I'm ready for those. Right now what we need is D for daily. I guess I can use this A. And hopefully this will go a little better than the reading pages. Who knows? But you know, this is what makes it custom. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna set these down here on the line. I'm just gonna try to put them up here at the top. Now these are really sticking to my fingers, and that is one reason I'm scared to use a ruler, because I'm afraid I will tear the stickers. But I think this will be cute. And if I have it labeled, I don't know about y'all, but if I have something labeled and set up, I'm more apt to use it. If I open it and it's blank, then I'm just kind of like, what was I going to use that for? I don't remember. And then, you know, it ends up going to waste. So I do want to try to get some cuteness on the page, and that will help me be more inclined to use it. And I may not walk every single day, but hey, you know, at least I'm thinking about it. Baby steps, y'all. Okay, so here's daily walk. And on this page here, I want to put exercise. And I guess I better pull this one out. Now, I'm not the greatest at exercising. When I was younger, I used to love to exercise. But I have just gotten so off. So I downloaded an app on my phone. Tell me if y'all have ever used this one. I think it's called Better Me. And it has different exercises for each day of the week. I downloaded it a while back, and it's given me reminders every day to open it up, but I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to open you up until January 1st. So this will kind of help me remember, hey, I need to get into that app and see what kind of exercises are on tap for the day. But isn't it so funny how we all just have our different little ways of procrastination? That looks really tall. I don't know if I want to move it down though. I don't know. Maybe I do, or maybe I don't. Maybe that's just going to be part of the whimsy. Now, to me, this looks upside down, but that's how it was in the book. So I'm going to keep it like that, because I noticed there's more spacing on the top of the letters. So I guess that's why it's like that. Oops, that one's got a bubble. Oh, shoot, I tore it. And that, my friends, is why I don't have a ruler. I think I can get it back together pretty close. Yeah, I think that'll work. It's not too noticeable. All right, let's put this one back in the book, or back on the disc. Okay, and then over here, we've got these perpetual calendars. I think what I might use these for is to record my daily steps. I'm not going to label it in any way, though. And I don't think I was going to do anything back here. Okay, so I think that's everything I was going to do with my pages. What I want to do now is, now I want to come in here and I want to add my dashboards and start sectioning these off. So when I received the reading planner from Heather Kell, I also received these dashboards. And since my cover is the reading cover, I want my dashboards to coordinate. So I'm going to pull 3 dashboards. I'm going to do a left, center, and right cut. And I want to put these for my various sections. There are 6 here. I'm not sure which ones I want to use yet. So this would be the first one. My other option is this guy here. I think I'm kind of liking this one because I can see my name page through here. So when you purchase the dashboards from KellOfAPlan, you do get labels for these little tabs. So I'm going to pull off the reading label, and we're going to put it up here in the middle, or sort of in the middle. And that will let me know that this is my reading section. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I am most excited about the reading in here. Okay, our next section. Oh, you know what else I pulled? I almost forgot. Look, y'all, I pulled these cute little magnets. So I want to use these little magnets. Instead of putting in a bookmark or a little divider for today, or you know, whatever, I want to use these little magnets. So the first week we'll start here. Yeah, so I'm going to do my little magnet. I'm going to hook it to, I think I'm going to hook it to my monthly page here. And I only work on my monthly, or actually this is the divider. This isn't the monthly calendar. The monthly calendar is here. I only work on my monthly calendar when I'm starting or finishing books. So yeah, I'm going to put that there. That way when I open up and I have my little tab, is that going to stick? I think it will. When I have my tab, I can just flip and I'll be straight on my week. Let's move this up just a little. Okay, and then I won't do anything else in here. What I need to do now is I need to get back here to my hand lettering section, which is going to be this one. And let's choose a divider for this one. So that's cute because I can still see my divider. The other center tab is this one. I don't think I'll use that one. I think I'm going to go with this one. So we're going to label this one. Of course, there's not a label for hand lettering. Let's see, what do we want to use on this one? I think I will put other for this. In the past, I've always used hobbies. I think I want to use something different this time. So we're just going to put other. And as I did learn in a prior video, you can remove these little labels and they are reusable. Now, I got that one pretty close to the top. I feel like I need to move it down or it might catch on something. Or it might get lint behind it. And we just can't be having that. Okay, that's a little better. And I don't have a little magnet specifically for, you know, matching this. But I do have this cute little blue one here. This was actually made to coordinate with the menu planner. But that is not going to be part of my main lineup. So I just want to put it in here. And I think I will go ahead and clamp this one around my divider also. And if that doesn't stick, then yeah, it doesn't look like it wants to. So let's do it here. And then when I turn to January, I'll open that up. This will be my name page. And then I can go straight into the current week. Okay, and then the last section is going to be fitness. So for this one, I want a right cut. So I've got this purple. My other option is this one here. I don't know. I think I'm going to do this one. I'm kind of liking this. So let's label this one fitness. I don't know, y'all. Do I want that one? Let's check it. Let's check it. Okay, we have this. And I can see all of this little prettiness here. Or we can do this one. This one's got a little more of the green. Maybe I'll do this one. Because here I can see the water bottle and I can see my name and stuff. And it does have more of the green. I mean, of course, I can change this out. Now that I know these tabs can be easily relabeled. Oh, I shouldn't have put that on yet. Let me pull it off. Get my sticker on here. And now let's grab the cute little magnet bookmark. And for this one, I think I'll just go, I don't think I'm going to clamp it onto my divider because I want to see this. But I will clamp it to the current week, which will start here. And we'll put that one down there. All right, now before we do our final walkthrough on here, I think I want to add my snap cover. So let's take a minute just to add our little snap cover. So I ordered the plum. When I saw this plum, y'all know that this was perfect in my opinion for this planner. So we're going to add that. And we'll put the front cover here. I like these covers. Now, some of them have a different feel than the others. This one actually feels really nice. It feels like a feathered, a pebbled leather. Look at that. How cute is that? And it's not a huge setup. It's just very thin because I've only got 1 month of reading, lettering, and fitness. That is so cute. I love the white discs. I love this eggplant. I've got it all. It's picked up papers from my mat, so I'll have to clean that off camera. But let's look in here now and see what we've got. Okay, so we've got our first cute little outer cover. I don't remember what color this is. I can check the website for y'all though, and I'll leave a KellOfAPlan affiliate link in my description box. But anyway, here is our reading cover. This is going to be my inside. Now, I know a lot of people don't put their planner cover here. I like to do that just because I like to have a little extra protection, and I'm usually obsessed with covers anyway. So we've got a dashboard labeled for reading. We've got my name page, our overview. We've got all of our little leading pages. This looks like a run-on words, but that's okay. I can still figure out what it says. I do wish I had scooted this over a little further, but I'm not going to sweat it. And I think that this looks cute with this font. And then, of course, I'll fill this out as the year goes on. And then I did put my little tab here, but I think I'm going to take this off so that when I open my divider, I can see my monthly reads, because I do like to check off each day that I read. But I don't necessarily need to see my monthly calendar every day. But I do want to see whichever weekly page I'm on. So we're going to put this little magnet here. And then that way, when I come over here and I open my divider, I can see my monthly beginning, and I can open straight up to my weekly page. So we've got enough in here for, let's see, 2, 4, 6 weeks. Oh, look here, y'all. So if there are only 4 weeks, you know what I can do? I can remove this page and have this as my last page, because it's got the note page back here. So once I get in to start looking at my calendar, whenever I get ready to set up these monthlies, then I'll know if I need to pull out this extra page or not. Okay, so then we've got our little book review section. I only put a couple of pages in here because there are 2 on the front and 2 on the back. So I highly doubt that I'm going to be doing 8 book reviews in 1 month, but I did want to go ahead and put 2 pages in there just, you know, to be safe. And then we've got our little book club section, book club schedule, and then you've got your writing prompts or your discussion prompts for each book club meeting. So I have enough in there for 3. I can add more as needed. Okay, then we're going to move into our other section, which is going to be for hand lettering. So I added this from the, I don't remember the name of the cover and divider set. I think it was just called Floral Cover and Divider. So this is the January tab. I'll do a little custom name page here. I'm not sure what that will look like. I don't have any ideas for that at this exact moment. But then I did put in another little bookmark just so that I can open straight up into my current week. And then I've got enough pages in here, I think, for 5 weeks. These are all totally blank because this is the horizontal extension pack. Okay, and then we're going to move into our little fitness section. So I've got my name page here. I do have the leading pages. We did label the monthly measurement tracker. I almost forgot that I labeled that because it was the matching font. And we used Dated Basics Volume 5 for that. Okay, then we had the 2 tracker pages. So I'm going to be tracking when I take a daily walk and also the days that I've exercised. So I'll just color these in or mark them off somehow. And the whole year is right here at a glance. I love that. These are the perpetual calendars. I'm probably going to be tracking my steps each day. That way I don't have to track them on my monthly calendar because this will stay in here and I can see at a glance how I've been doing with that. Not sure what I'll use this back page for yet. Okay, then we get into our monthly calendar. So we dated this tab for January. We did choose the 3rd tab because I want to be able to see each of my months, you know, as I'm looking at my planner. So we've got monthly measurements here, and then we marked off to get to the 1st week using a little magnet for that. I don't think we did any labeling in here. No, that's just our monthly calendar. I love these little bookmarks. They're so cute. Okay, so the first week is going to be weekly fitness. I love that I can keep up with, my hours slept. I can put steps here, but I do also want to see them at a glance for the full year on that perpetual. Here is where I can keep up with my meal planning, which exercise I did, and I can keep a little tracker here. I've got enough in here for 6 weeks because these are front and back, so I'll take out whichever pages turn out to be extra. We've got a little note page in the back, and then I did pull the exercise plan section from the from the fitness planner, because here I can be a little more detailed in what I'm doing each day for exercise. And I've got enough of those to get me through the first month, and then we're into our back cover. Let's go ahead and add a pin into this pin loop. So cute, y'all, and I love the little back pocket. I don't think I'll need to put anything in my pockets at this current time. I may end up putting something in there eventually, but that is going to do it for my Self Care Frankenplanner setup, and I will be using this for 2026. So I'm really excited about it. I like that it's nice and skinny. I can keep it on my nightstand and reach for it when I come home from work. So thanks everyone for joining me on my video today. I hope y'all like this one. If you did, please go on and give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I hope you'll consider hitting that subscribe button so you can follow along. You may or may not see this planner throughout the year. I do plan on doing some hand lettering videos this year. And we may do some monthly setup videos for the reading planner. I'm a little undecided on that right now. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. This was the first of 3 planner setup videos that I will be putting out for the year of 2026. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Come on back for my next Frankenplanner setup video. Y'all have a great day, a wonderful week, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.